8. May, 65. Dearest Suzie, I got your letter today and was glad to get the pictures of the boys. I just wish you could have sent me one of yourself. That Brian still looks like a little stinker. I gave instrument instruction all day today, as I put in a pretty good day's work. I went down to Sock Trang for lunch and had a good long talk with Church, Noel Kinlaw, and our old next-door neighbor, Scott. I spent about 2 hours with them. Then we took off and went to Vung Jan. We had a bunch of guys come with a company up there. Charlie Millard was one of them. Since it is Saturday afternoon, though, they are all gone, so I didn't see him. Have you finished paying both of those loans? If you have, they better send you the title, and I didn't think our insurance was due until the end of June. So are you still planning to go home in June? I was hoping that you would wait till I got home. I know that the best time for you to go is during June or July, where Billy is out of school, but I really did want to go with you. I won't try to stop you from going because I can't think of a single reason why you should not. I will worry about you driving that far, but that is no excuse for saying don't go, if you drive carefully. I guess the main thing that bothers me is that I wanted to be with you to show off our boys, and I guess to show off myself a little bit too. After all, a combat veteran with a chest full of medals and war stories just naturally likes to show off. But if you are bound to go in June, then you go with my blessings. Just be careful. I still haven't heard from Minnie yet, by the way, nor did I ever hear from Flo or John, even saying that they got the dolls I sent. Thanks for the boys' sizes. I don't know if I will get jackets for them or not, but I'm going to get some shirts for them. The more I see those jackets, the less I like them. I expect to get my order sometime this month. That is the only thing I have to look forward to right now. When I get them, then, I'll start looking forward to July 4th. And when that is over, I will be so short I will only have one thing to look for. Well, I guess I will close for tonight. I miss you all more and more, and I love you very much. Sincerely, Bill. In this episode of Dearest Suzie, Popi writes with home on his mind. It's May 8th, 1965, and after many long months in Vietnam, he allows himself to imagine the moment he's back with his family. In one tender paragraph of this letter, he shares a quiet wish. He hopes he'll return in time to accompany Suzie on an upcoming trip so he can show off the boys and himself. He says it almost playfully, proud of their 3 young sons, and, in his gentle way, proud of himself too for what he's endured. There's no bravado or melodrama in his words, just the honest longing of a father and husband eager to be reunited with his loved ones. You can almost picture him smiling at the thought of walking beside Suzie, with their boys in tow, finally able to present all of his family together. It's a modest dream of normalcy. Popi's desire to show off his boys and himself hints at the quiet pride he carries. He's not boastful, but like many soldiers, he feels that returning home is something of an accomplishment in its own right. After all, surviving a year in a war zone is no small feat. For many returning servicemen, coming home meant putting on the dress uniform and displaying the symbols of their sacrifice. In those early years of the war, many Americans still viewed returning soldiers as heroes, and the men coming off the plane knew it. Popi's hope to show off a little is very much in line with that era, a hopeful expectation that he could step off the jet proudly, introduce his boys to friends and relatives, and share a few war stories over a home-cooked meal. There's a wholesome vanity in it, not about glory or medals for their own sake, but about presenting himself to the world as both a devoted family man and a combat service veteran who had done his duty. The uniform that set combat veterans apart in Vietnam would set them apart at home, too, in ways they weren't sure about. Would the kids recognize them after so many months away? How much had Popi's sons grown? Would he still know how to be dad rather than Officer Lowy? In the wider context of 1965, most Vietnam veterans returned individually rather than with their units, often on lone flights back to the U.S. They went from all the chaos of combat to the calm of home in a matter of days, a jarring transition. Many recall stepping off the plane to find life at home had moved on. Children were taller, new songs were on the radio, neighbors had come and gone. One study of Vietnam vets notes that upon coming home, a soldier often felt, quote, a sense of uncertainty and alienation in civilian society. It could take time to adjust to mundane routines after the intensity of war. For Popi, there may also have been the lingering weight of what he experienced in Vietnam. By May, he had lost friends in combat and seen things he could never forget. Coming home meant relief and rejoicing, but it also meant carrying those memories into a world that might not fully understand them. There's a reason he wants to quietly show himself off alongside his boys, rather than burst in with dramatic tales of heroism. His pride is tempered by everything he's seen and done. By focusing on that image of accompanying Mima on her trip, Popi allows himself a moment of hopeful projection. It's as if he's picturing a scene in the near future. Suzie and the boys showing up proudly with him on her arm, introducing him to friends or relatives who haven't seen him since he shipped out. In that vision, he's not a soldier in a faraway war. He's a husband and a father right where he belongs, bragging about his kids, and maybe blushing a bit as Suzie brags about him. It's a humble daydream, but a powerful one. And as listeners, knowing the history, we feel the emotional resonance of that moment. We know thousands of others young men in Vietnam were harboring the same dream of home, counting their own days, polishing their boots for the last time in country. We also know that for some, reunions would be complicated, or even bittersweet. The photo I chose for today depicts 6 guys sitting in front of a hooch. 4 are in bathing suits and flip-flops, some with towels draped over their shoulders. They are clearly relaxing, possibly about to go for a swim or a suntan, like Popi has mentioned doing before. Perhaps these are his friends he went and got lunch with on this day. I'm Alex Lowy, and I hope you have enjoyed listening to this episode of Dearest Suzie, and receiving messages from the past that my Popi wrote exactly 60 years ago. I sincerely appreciate your time and interest. Please consider following the podcast on your preferred platform, and if you're enjoying it, I kindly ask that you take the time to rate the show and leave a review. Also, please follow the project on YouTube, X, and Instagram. All likes, comments, shares, and reviews will help grow the reach of this story. The links for these things should be in the description of this episode. Please feel free to email me at dearestsuziepodcast@gmail.com if you have anything you'd like to say. I'd love to chat or to hear about your stories as well. Thank you for listening, and God bless.